Hey guys, hope you're well today. I'm gonna attempt to answer a question from an amazing viewer and friend, Sarah. Um, I'll do my best. Basically, Sarah's saying she spent a lot of time with friends this week, not enjoying conversations with them. They were just talking about things that were not interesting to her, and she was judging them and their choices of conversation. She felt like it was just not healthy or interesting. But she doesn't want to seem snobby or inhuman. Um, Maybe she thinks she's projecting her insecurities. Maybe she's afraid of what they'll think of her, she says. Can you speak to this? Maybe they'll think she's a hippie or weird. And she's feeling that she needs to embrace and accept who she really is. And there was one other thing I was reading here. Oh, she feels like she's missing something when she's not with them. And she has expectations of how she wants the conversations to go. Basically, this is all about finding wholeness from within, and never compromising and doing things that you don't want to do. That's a big part of the spiritual path. It's a big part of opening that solar plexus chakra and just owning your truth. If your truth is not to hang out with people who want to talk about Botox parties and things that make you just feel disinterested, I think the judgment, yeah, you're projecting is actually a judgment coming from somewhere in you that's basically saying, why am I here? Anytime we are in a situation where we're judging people strongly, well, we always can just leave. And if we are in a place where we can't bring, at least at a base level, non-judgment, and we have the option, we should leave. Because why stay? Who are you staying for? Think about that. What aspect of you are you staying around these conversations for? Most likely what you'll find is this aspect of your ego, a neediness, right? A codependency. One of my favorite drugs. Super addicting. So I know these feelings very well. And that's what you really gave the whole thing away, as you probably know, when you said you feel like you're going to be missing something when you're without them. What is it that you're going to be missing? When we feel like we're going to be missing something without others, whether that's friends, a partner, or maybe even a job, or an object, whatever it is, that's a pointer that we are under the illusion that we are an incomplete being. And it's an illusion because Source, God, the prime creator, the universe, they don't create anything that is incomplete. Everything in creation is complete, all of its own, just by its pure existence. So Sarah, this comes to you as realizing how complete you are without anything else. And feeling that, we can feel that, we can have the direct experience of that one day and just feel in a state of utter peace. But then something comes back up and says, I need this person, I need this adoration, I need this money, I need this sex, I need this, you get it. Every time that comes back up, our state of peace contracts, and that cravingness comes back, and then we have a choice. The choice is, do I, like a junkie, go get my fix and just go hang out with my friends? Just so I can hang out with my friends that I don't even really want to be around, just so I can get my fix of codependency, so I can get my drug? Or do I sit with this aspect of myself that needs to be loved? and we don't love, the way to love this aspect is not to go compromise on your own sense of integrity by going around and being with friends that you don't really want to be with. Because the reason you're going to be with them is because you want to avoid aspects of yourself. You want to avoid feelings that you don't want to feel. Now that's just one perspective, that's just a perspective. There's a different perspective where if you are gonna make the choice to hang out with them, then you need to choose to be there. It sounds like when you're with your friends, you're there, but you're choosing that, you're really not choosing to be there. You see what I mean? There's a big difference. We can be somewhere and really not want to be there, but we can still choose to be there. And we can be somewhere where we think we want to be, and the whole time be choosing to be somewhere else. And that's super painful, and that's when a lot of judgment comes up and negativity comes into your experience. Anytime you're somewhere that you're not choosing to be in a source way, in a heart way, you're gonna experience negativity. And so, if you're gonna hang out with these friends, you need to choose to be there fully. And if you are with them and you just can't, then that's let go. The universe doesn't like empty spaces. So if you have to let go of some connections, some relationships, to go within and love these aspects of yourself that are needy and codependent, like I'm still doing myself, then after time, you'll notice the universe starts bringing you more authentic reflections of who you really are. Because as you heal these aspects that need love, these codependent aspects, these insecure and needy aspects, you start actually learning who you really are. You start actually falling in love with yourself. Because if you love yourself enough, eventually you're just going to fall for yourself. And when you fall for yourself, it's easy to be authentic. It's easy to be your unique expression. And then the universe rewards this by bringing you those who appreciate your unique and authentic expression. And I know you've tapped into this, Sarah. I know you've tapped into the just amazing and beautiful being that you are, the powerful being that you are, the loving being that you are. I know you've done a lot of work on this path, and it can feel never ending. I think we were talking about that on a comment, like, when does this end, needing the validation from others, I don't know yet. To be honest, I don't know when it ends. I hope it ends in this lifetime. But it might not. And that's a movement we have to accept too. Is that we can just keep going within and keep loving ourselves. That's the only choice that I've found. And to be gentle and compassionate with ourselves. Because if we're going to strive to be unconditionally loving beings and compassionate beings, that means we have to be unconditionally loving towards ourselves and compassionate with ourselves too. So have some compassion with yourself when you find yourself in these situations. Kind of laugh. It's kind of funny, right? Like, what am I doing here? We're talking about Botex. Like, this isn't who I am, You could kind of just laugh at yourself and be like, silly ego, drug me into this again because I just don't want to feel those damn feelings. And just kind of bring humor to your spiritual journey, because guess what? This ain't going to be the last time. But that's okay. That's what this is for. This is for our soul's entertainment in a large way. So the soul can learn, but it doesn't always have to be so serious and heavy. We can just have fun and laugh at our mistakes and laugh at our neediness. And I've been doing that way more, just laughing at my codependency and just being like, well, it's still there. But guess what? It's less. It's much less than it was even a month ago. And that's the thing, Sarah. When you're so focused on shoveling coal, you just see more coal to be shoveled, right? you don't realize how much coal you've actually shoveled. And you have come a long way. We all have. Everyone watching this channel has come a long way. Myself included. So, and then the last thing is just let go of expectations of others, because most likely you'll be let down. And if you let go of expectations, sometimes you're really blown away. So maybe not having any, if you're going to go back with these friends, not only choose to be there with them, but have no expectations and just keep it light. And if something comes through and you want to express it, by all means, let it fly. But we can feel internally if the moment's aligned or not for us to express some spiritual truth or concept. This is my last point. With people who are not spiritual, everyone's spiritual, right? Everyone's a spiritual being. With people who don't know that they're a spiritual being, that they're infinite, all this, it's never about bringing spiritual concepts to them unless they ask you. So, I know these are your friends, but share your knowledge, your spiritual truths through your energy, through your acceptance, through your openness, through your love, through your peace, through your humor, through your radiance. That's how we share who we're becoming on a spiritual level with those who, don't feel open enough to care about the spiritual concepts. Or if you start speaking your spiritual concepts to these friends, you might get a reflection back that actually encourages you to let go of them. So that can work too. But that is just going to be more of a in the moment type of thing for you. And do what feels true, I know a lot of times for me, I really don't talk spiritual things to people unless they ask. Ever. I just take an interest in people and try to talk about what they love. I try to really get people talking about what they're passionate about, and connect with them on that level, because that's what makes me get freaking turned on, right? And like connected is when someone asks me what I love. So if you want to take it deeper with these friends, maybe ask them what they really love. What is it that you love doing the most? And everyone has something beautiful to share. You know this answers to your questions better than I do. I'm just reflecting to you my own experiences. I know this feeling. You just want to share your insights and the new things you have experienced. And this is an energetic thing. You share it through energy. You share it through getting excited about them. You share it through loving them unconditionally, being open to them. You need to have confidence in the new me. Yeah, a big part of having confidence in the new you is not needing to hang out with people if they don't resonate with you and you'd rather not be there. Then don't be afraid of being alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. I know in our society it's so frowned upon. But that's just because of the deep insecurity of society at large, and they all kind of, it's like herding sheep, It's like being alone is actually one of the most powerful things you can do, because you start to connect to yourself in a deeper way. And as you do that, you start healing, and then that neediness and codependency can kind of melt away. So, I don't know, I think I covered this all. Last thing. How do you see the divinity in all when they are so unaware of it themselves? Wow, that's a big one, huh? Well, you just see what is it that is unaware in them. It's just their mind. It's just their ego. It's just their conditioning. It's just programming. It's not who they really are. It's just a fabrication and an illusion of what they think they are, but that's not who they are. And to a large degree, we still have that too. And, at their essence, they're so innocent and so radiant and so beautiful, you know, and if you can see that in them, then, you know, you'll be guided. Just keep going into your heart. Keep asking your heart, your higher self, what is it that you really want? If you really still want to go hang out with these friends, then do it, but choose to be there, love them. Share your truth by sharing your open heart. Be authentic. And see where that authenticity takes you with them. It might just make it more glaringly obvious that you need to part ways. And it also might really shock the heck out of you. They might receive it much differently than you think. You never know what's going to happen. But when we're authentic and we live through the heart, our world starts to really conform to reflect that quickly. So it might happen that these people start reflecting that to you more, or you might let go of them and new friends come in, you know? And in that, from letting go to the new coming in, there could be a period of time where you have to be with yourself. But that's a beautiful time, like I was talking about, because you get to learn about who you really are. You get to love aspects of you deeper. And you get to move forward with life with new freedom, because you're not trying to fit in. You're not trying to conform to something you don't even care about. You're just being you, and whatever life brings you. To end this, that's the movement. You go into your heart, you be authentic, you share your love, you heal the needy and insecure and codependent parts of you. You realize you're a complete being, and you just see what life brings you. And you just relax. You don't go out here clinging and needing and attaching yourself and, I gotta go hang out with them because I'm gonna be missing something. No, that's the personality. That's the program. That's not who you really are. Love it. Love that aspect of you to death. And then as you find peace in your being, as you discover, it's amazing, as you discover love within you and you stop trying to extract and find love from others, and when you find it in you, all of a sudden, magically, you start seeing it everywhere. In everyone, in everything. Because the world's just a projection. The universe is in here, Sarah. Don't go trying to change the externals first before you've healed within here. All right, well, that's kind of a longer video, maybe a little rambly. I hope that this is helpful. Really enjoyed this connection with you guys. How do you like my wrapping this video up? All right, you guys have a great night. Love you all. Namaste.